actually did things for a shorter duration and fast, tried to stay fast. And we also did, I don't know, it'll make people cringe if I say we eased into camp, because it doesn't sound like football, but we were careful time-wise and mostly duration. These guys have been training since January. They train longer and harder than NFL players. That is a fact. So, it's not about getting into camp and training. It's trying to refine and put stuff in and try to do it fast, because that's what football is about at some point. The physical part of being in shape for these guys, they got to be done with that and head into football. So, what you run into, however, is that they have a hard time duplicating all the movements that you do. A receiver, he can do a lot of different stuff, but when he gets out here to football practice, he's got to get off of press coverage, and he's got to run his 4.340, and then he's got to come out of a break and try to compete win a play. If you do that repeatedly, that's a lot of torque on you when you go. So you get early, and I've failed for years. I get a ton of groins and hamstrings and hip flexors, and really wanted to avoid that. So we were very careful about the first few days of getting into it before we did. And we're still looking at it, but I'm almost 100% sure we cut way down on the soft tissue stuff, which that means we actually got to practice with guys that we played. We lost Western Camp for a while, but not as long as we did here. We lost Zoe for a while, but that was an abdomen thing. It wasn't anything about it. So I feel pretty good about it. We'll probably still try to do it differently and better next year, but I think we're on the right track, and I want these guys fresh. What we do in team periods for the line is virtually, when we go interaction, it's full speed. So for a lineman, we may not be tackling the back. We may not be taking a block outside on a receiver blocking a DB. We won't be cutting him to the ground. When you talk about tight end to tight end or tackle to tackle, that's all full speed stuff. We don't go on the ground to block, but everything else is fast. So we do more than people that just might watch practice. We do more of that than they really know. And then we have done a ton of tackling, teaching the tackling. Drills every day about tackling technique and about simulating tackling with our team. We hope we've come upon a safer, better way to tackle. That's our goal. And then we have a couple full-fledged scrimmages and done some stuff in practice that I think is pretty close to full-speed tackling. So I think that the balance of that is finding the perfect one is very elusive, but we'll keep trying to as we go. I believe our guys will be fresh, and our goal has obviously been to have them prepared. So if we can play fast and prepared, then we'll be all right.
Mike, is Tyron Ferguson, is he a redshirt possible?
Yes, he is. I meant to tell you guys that Tyron approached us about redshirting because of Josh Manderis and Chris Webber, and he's absolutely right. So at this point, Tyron will be